Hello and welcome back. Today is going to be episode 7 of my series on Makai Kingdom and on how to skip into the post game as quickly as I've been able to figure out how to do it. Before we get started, we're here on the loading screen. I just want to I want everybody to take a look at our save file down here. Um, this is the file that we've been playing, and as you can see, we've put just over 3 hours into it. So with that in mind, let's hop in here and let's take a look at what we've accomplished. Let's take a little bit of a refresher. Um, we have unlocked 11 Bomberhead, Red Idol, Wood Doll, Gourmet. We unlocked. This isn't one of the basic monster classes. We've unlocked 11 out of the 13 basic monster classes. We unlocked Gobbler here while we were farming mana, so he doesn't count. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of the 13 jobs unlocked. We've got just over 1,000 mana. And taking a look at the stages here, we have cleared up to 4-5. This is World 4 Stage 5. We haven't done that yet. But every single stage, with a couple of notable exceptions, we have just been one-shotting. The exceptions are we did 3-6 one extra time to grab a bomb because we weren't lucky. We didn't get one farming 3-4. We farmed 3-4 for mana, but we only did that 20 times total. So 19 extra. That's less than 20 minutes of farming total that we've done to get this far. We did 3-3 one extra time to unlock Apple, the Apple job class. We did a clean sweep through World 2, and we did World 1-1 a couple, or Stage 1-1 a couple extra times in order to get some sword experience. Other than that, this has been a quick, efficient, easy, clean sweep. And we've done it in a little over 3 hours. I feel really good about that, especially since I've kind of been. I haven't been going as fast as I could. I've been explaining a lot of stuff, and that takes a bit of time, slows me down a bit. But I think that where we are is pretty impressive. And today, this episode, we're going to start doing some exciting stuff. We're at the point where we're really going to go off road, and it's going to get interesting. But before we do that, I have a little confession to make, and that is that this is my second take. Earlier, I did what wound up being a bad take. I did not save though, so none of that. With one notable exception, everything that I've done has been on video, and you can see all of it. But I did realize during my bad take that I was a little bit short on mana. Not by very much, so clearing 3-4 like this one more time should give me enough mana to accomplish everything that I want to accomplish. And there we are. Oh god, this take is amazing. There's the bomb. Okay, wait, there's two bombs. Are you kidding me? Oh, this take is amazing. I really hope this winds up being the one. This is only take two. So we've got three bombs now. That's great. And we've got enough mana. Uh, all right. Well, let's get to the interesting part. So before I start my Makai Kingdom Kung Fu that I have planned, I want to clear out the hub a little bit because we got a lot of riffraff just kind of hanging around doing nothing. Get out of here, corn. Nobody likes you. All right. So now we got a nice clean space to work with, and we're actually, because we're going to be dealing with some facilities, I'm going to throw my facilities out of bounds too. We want a nice clean slate. There we are. Oh, yeah, doghouse can go too. And personally, I like putting the portal right here. I think this like just makes the most sense. I'm not going to be super like anal retentive about putting it in precisely the right spot. I think that's pretty good. I will be doing that later though. Anyway, so what we want to do in preparation for the next phase of what we're trying to accomplish here is we want to summon a bunch of starred items, and I'm going to sort before we start that. I'm not going to be summoning the topiary items. because those uh, we might end up using those. We're not going to use the small flower though. Like the caster type topiary items, you can use if you want, but the exceptional ones, um, we're going to hold on to, like these 3 and 4 star items. We're going to save those for maybe like overlords, not necessarily for their stats, but just for quickly having them quickly amass stars. I typically save 3 and up for overlords. Anyway, let's move along. So we're just going to be summoning a bunch of items, about 20. And the reason we're summoning these is we're going to be reincarnating through them in order to amass stored stars. So let me explain a little bit about reincarnation. When you confine an item and confine a phantom to an item, that's how you make characters. Um, the item itself has, you see there's confined values there. This is like basic stuff. And your character will wind up with different stats depending on what you confine it to. And then there's also stars. Stars have an effect. For every star on an item, you get a plus 5% across the board to stats. So a 5 star or crown item will give you a whopping plus 25% to all stats initially. That's huge. So you definitely if you're going to be using a character a lot, you want to combine them in a good item that has good stats and has as many stars as you can get your hands on. Uh, Furthermore, when you reincarnate, the game remembers how many stars you have accumulated in the process of reincarnating. Every time you incarnate into an item that has stars in it, the game remembers that and keeps account of it. And you gain extra bonus points based on how many you've accumulated, up to a maximum of 500. That's right, 500. If you do the work of storing 500 stars, that's an extra 140 bonus points that you can spend to increase your stats and character creation. So that's an important mechanic. It's a big part of reaching ridiculous levels of power in Makai Kingdom, and you want to understand how it works. So hopefully that explanation helped. All right, so we're gonna continue summoning our items here. Let's see, the item counter is up to 12, so like 8 more. I think these are all 1 star each. Yeah. 14. Oh, that one's 2 stars. Great. 15, 16. 17. That's another good thing about farming 3-4. A lot of these items that I'm summoning right now came from 3-4 while we were farming for mana. So we were definitely killing several birds with one stone there. We unlocked classes, we leveled up some thieves for stealing that bomb. We earned our mana, of course. Um, one more. 3-4 is definitely a great, extremely useful stage. Probably the most important and useful stage in the game. All right, so we got all these items here ready to be reincarnated through, but we can't reincarnate until we elect somebody else as a leader. So we're going to do that now. Let's summon Sasha, I guess. And we're just going to have her wish to become the leader. So now she is the character we control on the hub, and our guy Kra has sort of become an NPC. Yeah. All right. So all we're going to do now is start reincarnating. The way that we're going to achieve this is because Kra here is level 21. He needs to wish for a facility in order to reincarnate. That's because he was not initially incarnated into an item with stars on it. Um, so he has no stored stars at this point. If you do have stored stars, it's a bit different, but I won't go into detail on that now. The short of it is he needs to wish for a facility in order to reincarnate. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Oh, we got to unequip him first. I forgot that. Yep, all of his equipment comes off. Okay, and he over to the right, you can see the cost of various facilities. The cost is based on the level of the character who's wishing for it. Higher level characters can wish for higher level facilities, but that requires more mana. Uh, we don't have a huge amount of mana. We've got just over 1,000. So we definitely want to conserve. We're going to wish for the cheapest facility we can, and that's this hut. Look at how cheap this is. It's only 31. The next cheapest is almost, the warehouse, which is the next cheapest facility, is almost 5 times as expensive. Just look at this. We don't even have enough for an academy. A raider hut would be significantly like more than 8 times as expensive. Um, we're not doing any of that. We're going to wish for this hut. It doesn't make sense to do anything else. And you'll see that when you wish for a facility, you take a bunch of damage. At this point, it's going to be lethal no matter what because we are low level. But eventually, and this is really cool, eventually your characters will become strong enough that you can survive it. And that's kind of a turning point. So let's see. We want to discharge that hut. All right. So now I'm just going to start the process of reincarnating through all of these items. There's 19 of them here because one of them is two stars. So let's do that. So we select Craw. He's the one we want to incarnate, and we're going to start right here on Swordmaster. And you don't have to spend your bonus points here. There's no need to. You won't lose them by not spending them. They're going to be there no matter what. We're not really going to be using this incarnation for anything other than wishing for a facility. So you don't need to bother with any unnecessary stuff. All right. So the reason I incarnated as a Swordmaster is because I want to wish for a castle. That's also the reason we unlocked Swordmaster while we were farming 3-4 is because I want a castle. And I want a level 1 castle because I don't want to have to farm the mana to get a higher level one. So we're going to wish for facility. This is what we want right here. We want that juicy, look at the lower left, attack plus 40%. Any castle will give you that. It doesn't matter what level it is. Higher level just means that the facility itself has higher stats. And that's not that important. It's nice, but it's not that important. So we're going to wish for the castle. And since it spawned right next to us, it'll appear in a random place. If it spawns right next to you, you can kind of just throw it out of bounds. And moving right along, we're going to keep incarnating through these items. So next, it doesn't matter which class we choose. So you kind of might as well pick a useful one. I'm going to go with Thief here in order to very easily and cheaply pick up the Thief's move +2 and jump +2. This isn't a major bonus, but every little bit kind of helps. There's no reason not to. So here we go. So you want to wish for a castle. The next thing we're going to wish for is an academy right here. And you might have noticed we are burning through our mana pretty quickly. There definitely was a need to farm what we farmed. I haven't been able to think of a way around that. If you can think of one, let me know. But moving right along. This time we're going to incarnate, we'll do Merchant for that money +30 skill. That's going to actually be useful very soon. So we wished for a castle and an academy so far. We're going to wish now for another academy right here. And you'll notice we've spent almost half of our mana already. And this is going to be even more. So we're only going to have like a little over 300 left after we do this. But that's okay. This is according to plan. I got a plan. Don't worry, guys. Create a character. So this time, in order to, I want to pick up the heal spell. You might think that reincarnating through healer would be the way to do it, but instead I'm going to do medic. The neat thing about doing medic as opposed to healer is that if I were to do healer, I would wind up putting Energy Blast here in my skill list. I don't want to do that because Energy Blast can't be deleted easily like other skills can. Um, and I don't want it. So I'm going to do Medic instead. And that's a good thing to remember, that you can get everything that the healer has to offer minus Energy Blast by doing Medic instead of healer. That's good advice. That'll come in handy later. So here we go. Now so far I've summoned 2 academies, right? Let's see. 2 academies, yeah. So we're going to summon one more, or wish for one more. New facility, academy. There you go. All right. So now let's discharge that academy. All right. So now what we're going to be doing is just reincarnating by wishing for huts ad nauseum, and then um, deleting them when as they accumulate, because those level 1 huts are just useless. You don't need them for anything. Let's see. I don't think there are any more classes that we really need to. I mean, we could pick up spells from these guys, but doing that would put Energy Blast in my skill list, and I don't really feel the need to do that. I guess we could pick up the tank experience passive here from this guy. So we're just going to wish for a hut. And you can do this 4 times before you need to start deleting huts, because you can have 4 on the hub at any given time. So let's see, I don't think there are really any other skills that I can't think of any. We got attack, defense, and HP from this class. Did we get tech from him? Yeah, we did. That's good enough. There's not really any reason to. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just pick whatever. It doesn't matter. I hope I didn't just put Energy Blast in my skill list. I just got done talking about it. Power Strike. Does he have Energy Blast? He probably has Power Strike, right? He seems like a more physical character classes tend to get Power Strike, whereas like less physical ones get Energy Blast. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Let's not take any more risks like that. All right, so we're going to keep going. This is a little bit boring. I apologize. But I mean, this is Makai Kingdom. Doing this is going to make you a lot stronger. Um, this is the way that you build up. I mean, this is one of the important ways that you build up bonus points. Like I said earlier, you can get up to 140. That's if you've got 500 stored stars. Uh, you can also get them from stored levels. The game keeps track of up to 69,000, I think it is, stored levels. And if you achieve that, that's an extra 200 bonus points at character creation. Uh, so it's definitely, it's extremely intimidating, but if you know like the intelligent ways to do things, it's actually the grind is actually not all that terrible compared to a lot of stuff in a lot of other games. And part of what I want to do with this video series is show exactly that, show kind of like what the smart things to do are. I mean, even just up to this point, I think I've demonstrated pretty well that you can it's possible to make really, really fast progress in this game. All right. So yeah, so now we're just going to delete these huts. Let's see. I should probably, I know this is going to make the video less interesting, but I kind of feel like I shouldn't talk too much while I'm doing this because I really don't don't want to do anything to mess this take up. I love that we found 2 bombs there. What are the odds of that? I think I probably will just stop talking and I don't know, maybe cut a little bit of this out. I mean, because this is just repetitive. All I'm going to be doing is reincarnating through these items and wishing for facilities and deleting them. Yeah, I think I'm just going to shut up and do it. All right, and that is the final item. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to eliminate one of these huts. The other two, I don't know. They are functionally identical to the doghouse, I think. The doghouse is completely unique, by the way. So I don't, if you're like a completionist, you don't want to delete it. Um, I'll keep the huts. They're not completely useless. Oh, I'll keep one of these two because we've got that level 21 hut. Yeah, they've got the same functionality as the doghouse. Like their invite the distance you can invite them to from the tome is the same, I think. So we'll keep those two. That's fine. So now the question is, which item are we going to reincarnate into? We've got to make a decision. We've got our guy Craw, um, who we kind of we can't have him just sitting around. We put all that effort into making him stronger. We're not just gonna not use him. Let's take a look at some of these items we got here. Yeah, so not a lot of there's a couple of halfway decent topiary items. Um, topiary items are in general the best items for incarnating into. Most other items you'll find that the stats just don't stack up. The exception is treasure items, which I don't think I even have any of. They're the accessory that give bonuses to all of your stats at the same time. Those are very good all-around items. But so in general, either topiary or a treasure is what you want, unless you're interested in min-maxing. If you're min-maxing, there are certain items that are uh, very good for min-maxing. One of them is this belt class of items. So we're going to summon this monster belt right here. You'll notice that it has absolutely trash stats for everything except for attack. The thing is, though, you've seen that the way that I play Makai Kingdom, I don't like giving the enemies a turn to act. So if when you can play the game that way, it makes sense to use a min-maxed item like this because you're squeezing out just as much uh, damage as you can. And who cares about defense? You're not going to give the enemy a turn to act anyway. So you can see the logic of that. So this is one item I'm considering. Um, okay. So by comparison, this flat rock only has 112% attack. That is not nearly as high as the, what was it, 154 on the belt, but it is more balanced. In particular, it has much higher values in HP and defense. So if we wanted to play the game in a more sane way, this is what we would choose. So that's another option. Well, let's look over here at this tree. So this has attack times 120%, good HP, good SP. The defense is not terrible. So I would definitely say these are our three best choices. Um, I'm gonna go with the monster belt for this character, and I this is what I recommend is using like a belt class item. You're likely to get one playing through the game. We've got three, and really any of them would be fine. Let's go look at the other two because yeah, since 150, 152, each tier of belt item will have like 1% lower in every other stat and 2% higher in attack. And the best one we've got is this monster belt. So that's what we're going to go with because I'm a madman. So let's do it. Create character. And you'll see here, yeah, 27 bonus points. That's our hard work reincarnating through those start items paying off right there. So we've gone this far. Our stats are terribly min-maxed. You can see over on the lower right, we are pitifully the defense is just not there. We are definitely a glass cannon, but that's okay. We are going to take that and run with it, and we're going to make it even more extreme by dumping all of our attack points or all of our bonus points into attack. That is what we're going to do. Here we go. And you see we are starting off with 129 attack on a level 1 character. Having fun yet? All right, so yeah, I like incarnating at this point as a female sword master. It's kind of just the most convenient for unlocking certain other classes later, so that's definitely what I'm going to go with here. All right, and we'll just throw these out of bounds. So what we want to do next, I'm going to show you why we've held off on doing stage 4, 5. But first we got to make a couple preparations. So what we're going to do is take this, yeah, we're going to sort our facilities. Let's see, arrange, no, sort facilities. One of our academies is going to go up at the top, and then we're going to put some thieves in there. At least 3. Starting at the bottom gets you in items. At least 3. So you, and then actually we should start at the second slot. Or no, we shouldn't. I'm sorry. We're actually gonna fill up with 7. Yeah, 7 thieves. That's all right. And those bombs are going to go, it's you guys, right? Yeah. Those bombs are going to go in the weapon slots of the first three thieves. This will, I promise, this will make sense eventually. Bomb, bomb, bomb. And then the rest of you guys, I don't need your UFOs, are going to carry, not in your weapon slots. I like leaving the weapon slot open when I can because it makes it possible to lift and throw and to be lifted and thrown. So it's good to, even just as a tactic, it's good to leave a slot open so that if you want to, you can move your weapon into an armor slot and then you can lift and throw things or have another character lift and throw that character. It's a good tactic. You're sacrificing an armor, something that could improve your stats in the armor slot, but tactically it can be really, really helpful. So I typically try to do that. So let's see. We're going to be equipping, yeah, all of our food. So let's see, this is worth 60, 60. This is going to be worth, let's see, 96, 40, 30, and 30. Okay, we got a decent amount of food, not huge. Any food that you found up to this point, you want to equip on your thieves. Any, bring all of it. And then you want to put in your academy in that, yeah, I guess in the last slot, you want to put the character that we just reincarnated, our female swordmaster here. And then you want to save. Yeah, I definitely want to save. And all right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go do stage, what do you call it? 4-5. Here we go. Overlord Dungeon 4-5. All right, so first let's just take a look at this stage. You'll notice this is where the initial area is worth 0 points. What's going on? That's kind of creepy. The second area is only worth 100, and there's only one target. Let's see. Level 219 Swordmaster. Level 219! uh, this is normal. The first time you play this stage, this character will always be here. She's level 219, and she's got a spear. And she's got a bunch of scary looking spear attacks because her spear skill is at 32. She's terrifying. She's easily the scariest thing that we've seen up until now, even scarier than the level 139 facility in 3-4. Um, and over here, way on the other side, is this tar man holding a flower. He's much less scary. You'll notice they're both worth 100 points, and you only need 100 points to clear the stage. So if you're playing the game in like a more conventional, pedestrian, casual sort of way, what you'll do is just use like inviting, lifting, and throwing, and maybe like vehicles or something to get all the way across here to where you can just knock this target out and leave before you get murdered by this one. Um, that's not what we're going to do. Um, Instead, we're going to get cheeky. So let's have a thief. Lift, move, and throw. And you want to throw to, I don't know, probably about right here. And we're going to invite our academy right on top of her head. The reason we're doing this is because you'll notice there was a little, it did 0 damage. Inviting facilities on top of targets counts as sort of an attack, of course. And when you do it, an invisible plus 30% experience effect gets applied to them. There's no indication that that happened, but trust me, it does. It says so in the strategy guide. All right. So now that we've done that, what we want to do is have our first three thieves, the ones with the bombs, come out and use bomb attack. Now, if you watched my video where I did sort of a revenge match in World 3-6, you'll remember that the professor attacked my warrior with that same move, bomb attack, and inflicted a status called gamble. Um, and I explained then that gamble is scary. When you're afflicted by gamble, any attack has a 50-50 shot of killing you regardless of your stats. That's what we're looking for here. Hopefully by now you can kind of see where I'm going with this. All right, so we used all three of our bombs and we didn't inflict gamble. Um, that's okay. We saved beforehand. I'm just gonna reset. Bomb attack, the first skill under the bomb weapon, has a 20% chance of inflicting gamble. So we're just going to save scum until we get that 20% chance. It shouldn't take long because we've got three bombs. That means three attempts, 20% each. We should be seeing a successful infliction of gamble sooner than later. It would have been nice to get it on the first try, but that's okay. It doesn't take long to to do this. Okay. And you don't want to queue all three of them up at once because you might wind up with you might wind up inflicting it on the first attack and then having the second or third deal that, 50-50 fatal blow. You don't want that. All right, still no good. That's fine. We're going to try again. We're just going to save scum until we get what we want. Just got to exercise a little bit of persistence. Overlord Dungeon 4. This is going to be worth it, I promise. This level 219 enemy here is our first opportunity to just gain a huge amount of experience relative to what we could earn through more, conventional means. Let's see. You know what I might start doing too? Let's see, I'll invite this academy here. Okay, yeah, that hit her. I might as well go ahead and invite another one, to be honest. Makes this take a little bit longer, but that's okay. Yeah, there you are. Yeah, we can't do that. It's too crowded. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, we'll optimize it. Hope this is the one. Nope. There it is. Okay. Gamble status is indicated by those little beads of sweat. That is entirely appropriate because having gamble inflicted on you is terrifying. So what we're going to do now is, well, first of all, let's do a little bit of math. We dropped 3 academies on her head. Each one is plus 30 XP, so she's got a plus 90% effect on her. So we're going to invite, or not invite, we're going to dispatch our, what do you call it, Swordmaster. And you'll notice she's got plus 50%. We've got a bunch of food that's we're going to use to, not you. We got a bunch of food, yeah, that we're going to use to increase our XP gain even more. We got plus 90%, excuse me, we got plus 90% here, plus 50% here. We want to divide this food relatively evenly. It's not worth splitting hairs over. So let's see, 50-90, this one's plus 60. So that's going to be 110-90. This will be 110, 150. Right? that's plus 96. So uh, let's see, 110 plus 96 is was that 206, and then uh, 206, 190, 206, 220. I think. I hope I'm still in the ballpark. I don't really know. It's not, it's not an exact science. You don't have to like super optimize it. You might not even squeeze out one more level from. I thought I had more food than that. There it is. There's a pumpkin. And this will go to, yeah. Okay. So now we've got Gamble inflicted. Um, they're both all fed up. Uh, we're going to use just a regular attack here, Fist of Fury. And we're going to hope for that 50-50 chance of knocking her out despite her ridiculously high stats. Here we go. There we go. We got lucky. If you don't get lucky, what you can do is have one of these other thieves come out and lift your swordmaster up, and then she won't be able to be killed uh, by the enemy swordmaster. So you're kind of using the character carrying as like a sacrificial lamb. That's fine. Um, the gamble status will persist for for 3 turns, so you'll have 3 chances to try to get that 50-50 kill. Um, if you don't get it, you can just reset and try again. It shouldn't take all that long. If RNG is really, really stubborn, it might take a while, but this is worth it. So you'll notice that our Swordmaster here just leveled up to 58. She went from 1 to 58, and now her attack is a whopping 1470. That's crazy. So while we're here, we've accomplished our objective, but we are going to take this opportunity to grab this class. What is this class? Does it even say? No, it doesn't say. They're called like, oh, Shambler. Yeah, maybe that. I think that's a tier 2 one. Tier 1 is called like Tar Man or Slime Man or something like that. Anyway, keep the death count rising. We're going to go over here and punch out this pacifist slime guy. He is scripted to just do absolutely nothing. His purpose is to just kind of be here as a target. And that is exactly how we're going to treat him. 669 damage. All right. All right. So, yeah, here we are at level 58. I actually, it would have been nice if we had gotten a tiny bit more food. It wouldn't have taken much more. I really wanted to hit 61 or higher, but that's okay. We can achieve that pretty easily. Um, and I'll show you how. But first, let's summon our hospital. Okay. You'll notice we made quite a bit of money too. We got 84,000 just because we killed a relatively high level enemy. Um, so we're also going to invite our shop. And come to think of it, let's see. I think I might have forgotten to do something important. I did, but that's okay. Um, so we are going to buy the highest level, what do you call it? Ball and chain that we can afford. We want the best one we can afford, and that's going to be this prisoner chain. The reason we want a ball and chain is because they do extra damage to facilities. Let's see. There it is. Okay. I'm thinking about it. I know it's kind of anticlimactic. I probably should have ended it in a more dramatic way once I hit 58. But I think this video's kind of gone long enough that I should probably call it here. This is a good stopping point. So tune in next time. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to grind to 61. I'm probably going to have to do something to remedy a minor mistake that I made um, on the way to this process. And yeah, so tune in next time. We're going to be doing some more really cool off-road stuff. I mean, getting a level 58 character with like 1500 attack power at this point in the game, only what 3 or 4 hours in, is pretty cool, I think. So yeah, we're going to be doing more stuff like this next episode. It's going to start to get really, really interesting. So thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.